Welcome to the Join the Podcast. I'm your host, Shalia.
And your host, Janina.
And today, y'all, we have a special guest in the building. We have Rasheeda here with us today. Say hey to the people, Rasheeda.
Hello, good people.
Y'all gotta give Rasheeda some grace because her voice is a little struggling today. So y'all
Yes.
gotta give her some grace. So we're gonna open with our affirmation like we always do. And today's affirmation says, believe you deserve it and the universe will serve it. And I want to give a shout out to my girl Coco because she actually gave me this affirmation. So shout out to her for that affirmation.
Okay,
So
Coco.
it's still Black History Month. So today's Black History fact is about another long name, Janina. Her name is Rachel Tahani Lawler Queen.
Honey.
She is a fourth generation midwife turned entrepreneur, and she founded um, Gather Grounded Midwifery. This is the first and only Black owned birthing center in the state of Virginia. It's a newly opened facility and it's designed to be a welcoming haven for expanding families. So shout out to her for opening up the first and only Black owned midwife center. And if you want to follow her, you can follow her at Gather Grounded Midwifery on Instagram. So let's check in. Rashida, since you're our guest, how are you doing today? And how would you rate how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
Besides my voice, like I don't feel bad. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say probably an 8. It's just I
Okay.
don't know what happened to my voice.
Okay. A eight is good. A eight is good. What about you, Janina? Where you at today?
I'm probably at a 7.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Besides work, I just feel a little like overwhelmed. So I've been working a lot of hours. We have a March 1st deadline. So
Mm, okay. You've been
again,
applying
always a
some
deadline.
you've been applying some coping skills.
No, I have not. I gotta get it together.
Don't
I
do
mean,
you
I personally like I feel better. I was
mhm.
like in a state of conflict not too long ago. So I mean, I feel better, but I'm not like at a 10 at all. Um, but yeah, besides that.
Okay. I'm actually at like a 5.56. um
You went from like a 10, what were you, 9.5 last week?
yeah, I was, but no, this week I've been having migraines.
Mm,
Um Took the migraine medication that made me feel worse.
girl, that 40 is no
Um
joke.
and then today I went to the eye doctor and
Oh, did
come
you?
to find out the pressure in my eye on the right side is very, very high,
Oh, wow.
which is causing a migraine because I only have the migraine on the right side. So figured that out, and yeah, I'm still trying to process it. So I know I got all these eye drops to take, which is annoying, but hopefully they work and kick in. So yeah. All right. Oh, I like that joint. Nope, I don't like that joint at prime time. Rashida, what you got for us?
I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I've been obsessed with these little sun kiss packets that you
Oh,
pour in your water bottle. Y'all, I went
Mm-hmm.
through a box in 2 days.
what?
I know. But it's
A
zero
box is only
sugar.
like 10. It's 10 in there, right?
It's like 10 or 12,
Yeah. I
but
use
it's
those
no
for Aiden.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use those for Aiden. I got the Snapple one in here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like them joints.
Okay. Yeah, they are good. They are. What you got, Janina?
So what's funny is that earlier I had something, right? So I finally watched The Color Purple.
Okay, I still don't
Um,
see it.
oh yeah, it's on Max. Um, so that was my I like that joint. But I'm ratchet, so I like Drake's song Rich Baby Daddy. I was just playing it downstairs, and then Ava came downstairs. I was like, "Yeah, I was playing it. That's my song." And she was like, "I know, I heard it." Like,
I haven't heard it.
oh,
I'm
you
gonna
probably
listen to
did.
it afterwards.
Shake that
After
ass.
this.
You probably did hear it. It's so ratchet.
Mm-mm. I don't. If I did, I don't remember.
It because when I first heard it, I thought it was only Sexy Red song.
Oh, it's with Drake and Sexy Ray. I definitely didn't
It's
hear
Drake's
it.
song. Yes, it's Drake's song featuring Sexy Red and SZA.
Oh,
It's
you heard
good.
it,
That's a weird
Rashida?
combination.
It's
I
so
don't
good.
listen.
So
I
when they
can't
did the
name
video,
no Drake songs.
yeah, I love Drake. But they dropped the video last week, and it was like I thought it was real. I didn't know it was a music video because like when they posted the clip, it was like they were at Sexy Red house when she went in labor. And so like that's
I
that's
saw
how
that
but
on Instagram. That's the real
that's the
video.
video though. That's a music video.
So it
She
wasn't
probably
real?
no. No.
Oh.
I'm like, why is he at her house?
Mm, yeah, I don't know about that one. Okay.
Yeah, that's the clip that they showed. But then when you watch the whole video, it's an actual music video. Like that's how the music video begins. But they be like in the hospital dancing and stuff. It's funny.
You can see how
Okay.
much I know.
Look, me either. I'm like, I
Yeah.
haven't heard it, seen nothing or anything. Um, Sidebar, I've been that's not my oh I like that drill, but I've been engulfed with the woman on TikTok who the F did I marry.
I know. That wasn't going to be my all like because it's not that I necessarily like it, but the drama is crazy.
Yes, I don't yeah, I don't like it, but that's what I've been doing, so that's probably why I haven't seen
Did you see the
Drake.
man? Did you see him?
Yes, he made a response
Girl,
video.
girl, all these other people was coming out though. His first ex-wife came out. The last girlfriend came. Listen,
Whole bunch of people.
everybody was
Wow.
like, when they saw his picture. But
I
then
fell
then the most
asleep
recent
on
thing I
it.
saw, they were saying he had HIV. Mm.
What? What you say, Rashida?
After like the fifth video, I fell asleep. I was like, this is too
Oh,
long.
yeah.
This
I
is-
watched
Yeah.
I watched up to like 40 something. But I didn't watch 52 because those were just like clarifications, I think, like when people were like commenting. But I
I
watched up,
watched all of it, but I skipped a lot because some of it was just you could kind of tell what was going to happen next.
yeah.
But what was I about to say? Yeah, he made a response video basically saying that she lying and the reason
Of
why they
course.
not together is because she cheated with his
But
friend.
he, but this is the thing. He obviously to me didn't watch her videos because
right.
he would know that that's the same lie that you told her
The
about your
older
ex. Like it's
ex-wife.
so
Right.
stupid.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's crazy. Like, yeah. Oh, so I've been kind of engulfed in it. But my oh I like that joint is the Bob Marley movie. Um I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of stuff about the Bob Marley that I didn't know. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna tell because a lot of people didn't see it, but it was good. I cried, I laughed. It was
You
a really good
cried?
movie.
Oh.
Yeah, when he got sick, I
Oh,
cried
okay. Oof.
because I was like,
That part
"Dang,
out.
that's a hurt piece." So
Mhm.
yeah, if y'all get a chance to see it, definitely go check it out.
Not nothing that's gonna make me cry. No.
You probably won't cry.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well,
Mm-mm.
I mean, it wasn't like I was crying the whole time. It was just that one part. It was like
Right,
I ain't
because it
gonna
was
tell
towards
y'all.
the end. They probably build up the story. You got to get to know him. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. But
yeah,
when
just
y'all
like
see it,
Selena.
y'all will see because it was just like he probably could have lived, but he was stubborn. So that's that. But
All of them baby moms he got, like, sir.
girl, it was a
He got
lot.
7 baby moms.
And I ain't gonna. We moving on because I be the told the whole the whole movie because some of it pissed me off. But yeah. All right, so we're going to get into this week's episode topic, and we have Rashida here. So that this week's episode topic is maintaining your mental health as a Black teacher. So Rashida is a teacher, and she could tell you guys more about that. and how she maintains her mental health. And then we had some questions along the way. So, Rashida, you could tell the people a little bit about you, how long you've been a teacher, and then we'll go from there.
So, of course, I was born and raised in Philadelphia. Um, my mom told me I had to get far away from her. So that's how I wound up at Clark Atlanta University.
Did she really say
Um,
that?
she said
She really?
two queens can't be in one castle.
Oh, I can see.
I know that's right.
I can see her
So
saying that.
yeah. So I
I knew that
decided
though.
to go to Clark Atlanta. I've been in Georgia ever since then. This is year 21 for me.
Mm.
So
This is not year 21,
yes,
is
it
it?
is. Yeah.
You've been there since 1999.
I still had to go to college.
No, I'm saying you've been in Georgia since 1999.
Right.
Right. So you've been in Georgia for 25, almost 25 years.
But I've been teaching for 21.
Oh, 25. Okay, teaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were saying you've been in Georgia for 21 years.
No, 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 no. That would be 25 years. Yeah.
So, did
So,
you know when you went to college? Did you know you wanted to be a teacher?
oh, absolutely not. My degree was engineering.
Okay,
And then I kept missing dinner with my friends. So I changed it. I
that's
didn't,
hilarious.
I didn't want to do that anyway because it was too, my parents wanted me to do that. And I knew how it was being a female and then an African American female in that field. And so I knew my parents would only want to pay for me to go to college for 4 years. So I literally just went through the course catalog and, said, what can I do with these credits I already have? And so I changed my major to psychology.
Okay.
In my senior year at Clark Atlanta, we had to do an internship, and mine was at a high school. And that was it from there.
Mm.
What
I
high school
started,
did you do your internship at?
um, it was the Carver High School in Atlanta Public Schools.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Did you
crazy.
pick that because of the school you graduated from?
That's deep.
No, no, we were assigned to our internship.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like serendipity, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah, yeah. And so
Mhm.
I never looked back after that. I went back and got my master's degree, went back and got my specialist degree, and here I am.
Okay. Um.
Teacher of the year. Twice.
So right
Twice.
now, are you at a high school, middle school, elementary?
Um, no, um I teach middle school now. I'm not tall enough to teach high school.
That's
I'm not
hilarious.
interested in teaching high school. I did elementary school for 17 years, and this is my the third or fourth year teaching middle school. And I love it. They so bad, but I love it. They so
Okay. So as far as I know, you went to Philadelphia public schools, and you know how much we used to put the teachers through back in the day. So do you feel that the parents of the students that you have, are they supportive, or are they like, my son didn't do that, my daughter don't do that, or are they supportive?
it depends on how you come off to them. Like I'll let them know because I don't even get out of school till 4:45. So I can't even call you till after hours, which means I have to call
Mm.
you from home, which means you're not talking to Mrs. Dye, you're talking to Rasheeda. And so you just let them know that like we're a team and we have to support each other. And most of the time you can get them on board with that. But of course you still have some, oh, my child would never, my child doesn't do this at home. I don't have any control over that. So okay.
Okay.
The school that you work at, is it predominantly black children?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yes.
yeah, it's predominantly African American, but I've taught at schools where it was, 98% English speakers of other languages. And there's
Mm.
definitely a cultural difference with the support
Mhm.
there for sure.
Yeah,
But
I
I mean, for
know
for the most part, you can kind of get them on board.
what the parents.
Yeah.
But so what do you think what do you do to be conscious of taking time for yourself and to wind down and make sure
Decompress.
that you're not I know that you're just as an adult because we're really close friends. I know that you're in a different space in regards to like making sure that your mental health is a priority.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I feel like in our 20s or 30s, that really wasn't something that we focused on or you know was even mindful of, basically.
Hmm.
But what are some things that you do now to make sure that you're on top of your self care?
I take my days. I take my days. So where we live in Metro Atlanta, different counties have different calendars, right?
Mm,
So the county where I live right now, they're off for a week.
Mm-hmm.
They're on winter break. The county that I work for, we don't get those breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like consciously pull out a calendar and see what days I'm gonna take my personal days. What days am I going to take my sick days? Like if I get out of school at 4:45 Monday through Friday, when am I gonna go get my pap smear?
yep.
You know, when am I gonna go get
Go
my
to the
teeth?
dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Go to the eye doctor. Yeah.
go see why I don't have a voice, right? I don't. So I had
Yeah.
to learn how to like take my days and realize that that school gonna open whether I'm there or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mhm.
going to be open. The kids are going to be supervised, and I'll figure it out when I get back. And I learned that from when I lost my dad.
Mhm.
And I went home in September. I did not come back to Georgia until uh, after Thanksgiving. I took my time, like getting my mental health back together. And even when I lost my mom in 2022, I took off a month and a half
Mhm.
because if I knew if I didn't handle that, when I came back, I wasn't going to be good for those kids. The
Yep.
parents were going to cuss me out. Admin was going to be in my face. So I've learned to just take my days.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
What would you say is your the the hardest thing about your job? What would you say is the hardest thing, like every day, or something that you always want to get accomplished that it seems like you're always falling short?
Not making these my students know their potential, or not making them
Mm,
understand their potential and want more. And
yeah.
it's hard because they're in middle school, right? That's
Mhm.
the real funny age. You
Love
smelling
it.
yourself, you want to be grown, but then you want to
You're
cry.
going through puberty.
You're going through
Going through
puberty,
puberty.
right?
Hormones is crazy.
You want to
Mhm.
cuss Miss Die out on Monday. For Tuesday, you want to give me a hug. And then they're at that age where they want to try to be cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They want to try to be cool, and they end up with the wrong crowd.
That
And
part.
this is the main reason why I do not watch the news. I've lost, I know off the top of my head, 3 students to gun violence.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard mentally when you taught this student a year ago and then you get a text from their mom asking, can you do their, you like speak after the pastor, do their eulogy.
Oh my God.
That's horrible.
Horrible. Because your whole purpose is to groom them for their future. And you're like, that's just
And
cut off, basically.
and then they get out and hang with the wrong crowds, and then sometimes it feels like, everything I do is for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
always feel like I fall short on that, even though I know that's
Mm.
really not something I can control. But I worry about it every day.
Yeah,
Mm,
I guess you got to look at it more of like, as long as your intentions every
Mm-hmm.
day is to, if it's just one kid, you know what I'm saying? If it's just one kid, you say, okay, this month is just one kid. Okay, I get hurt past this hurdle or whatever. But it is that's a hard age.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really hard age because they're developing physically, they're developing emotionally and mentally. They're developing in all areas and they don't know who they are. And your
right.
whole thing is to look at them and see who they will become and try
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
and try to
Yeah.
convince them that that person, you know what I mean, if they do these certain things, but just being a parent of a middle schooler, you know what I mean, is
Yeah.
just is wild. I don't know. See, I see the school I went to. The school you went to wasn't a K through was a K through 8,
Yeah.
Rashida.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
like I never went to middle school. So these are the same people that I've known since kindergarten. But
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Martha Washington wasn't.
it's
That was
it's
K-8.
mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
never
And I
knew
went to Andrew Hamilton. It was K through 8.
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then on the flip side, though, I do have students. Like I have one student. I taught her in second grade. I don't know how old she is now, mid-20s. I went to her gender
Oh wow.
reveal a few months ago.
Awesome.
Or I have a student now. He's an officer in the Air Force.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
right.
So
But
you
those
get,
kind of stories is what's gonna make you that's what your fuel is gonna be to maintain that passion. You get what I'm saying? Because
mhm,
like if every student it always ends in like trauma or like drug, you know what I mean? Travesty. Like you're like, okay, why am I doing this?
yeah. And I have to let them know that, especially my boys, and I don't know, it bothers me, the hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
The hoodie. I say at
Mhm,
least 40 times a day, take your hood off, take your hood off. And they're just
mhm.
like, well, why, Miss Di? What's the big deal?
Yeah,
Because if you walk
yeah,
out this building and you walk up on the wrong person, you're going to look intimidated and they blow your
that's so
brains out.
scary.
Now, guess what I
Right.
got to deal with when I come back to work tomorrow?
It's so scary because it's something that they should not have to deal with. And so
It's
just as
not.
a parent, it's just like when you have a small 2-year-old and they just go running in the street, you know what I mean? So you're like,
Mhm.
I know you think that this is just a shirt,
But
but
it's more than that.
a middle school age boy, black boy is equivalent to a man when it comes
Yeah.
to white and racist people. They will call him a man. They
Yep.
would be like
Yep.
13 year
Mm-hmm.
old 13-year-old man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You for real. For
They
real.
will.
And
It's a
it's,
man.
and that to me, like I have to let them know mentally, I like that's draining
That's
because I
depressing.
worry about y'all when y'all are not with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because from
But see,
eight,
that's something that you have to hand over to God because you
yeah,
don't have any control over the world. All you have control over is grooming them and how they present in the world. But how
Right.
other
mm,
people perceive them, you can't control that. You got to hand that over to God and pray over them. That's it. You can't
Yeah.
yeah,
carry that with you and be worried all the time because you got people that's worried about you, and your
right,
health. You can't. You gotta explain it to them, or give them material, tell them stuff that happened to other people or something, but you can't carry that like worry. But
yeah,
I understand it, but
hmm,
it's
But
not.
the thing about especially boys at that age, soon as they walk out of school and into their neighborhood, they resort right back to that because in their neighborhood that's what's
hmm,
cool. Or
that's
around their
it.
friends. That's
Yeah,
yeah. So it's
That's
kind
true,
of
but
hard to you can only do what you can do when they're in your care.
yeah,
If
I think the whole
if
thing is
if your impact is great, then they'll
yes.
think about it. But then at the
Mhm.
same time, even with learning, that has to be reinforced at home.
Yeah,
yeah, that part.
yeah, and it's hard. It's a hard battle if you doing this alone. But as an educator, there are a lot of successful people who will attribute that to a specific teacher or
Yeah,
whatever because it does take a certain person to actually touch and like, oh well, I know she really care about me, so because you could do something for this person, for this kid, that nobody has ever done before and you don't even know how
mm,
impactful that is. So it's like, I mean, I think as long as you just continually be a positive figure not, and I think this is one thing that we may do, especially I think as Black women who are overprotective over our Black males, is
Mhm.
sometimes it's like out of fear, you may be aggressive out of fear, but they're not wired to understand that part. Like
Mhm.
my mom is always yelling at me. She want me to be in the house. What is wrong with her? You know what I mean? But it's
Mhm.
just like I want you to be in the house because I want you to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's
Mhm.
just
And I have to tell them like I don't have kids of my own, right? But I
right.
had a Black father. I have two Black brothers, you know? I have a Black man that's a husband. You know, it's like you said, so yeah, I'm gonna come off aggressive, just like I would with them. And then it's not even like a regional thing. You know, my niece teaches in Philadelphia. It's
Mhm.
the same thing. I have to tell
Yeah.
her the same thing. Take your days, take care of yourself, baby. And she just teach third grade.
Mhm.
But either way, because at the end of the day, you got to show up with your cup full every day.
Yeah.
So you can't show up every day for these kids. You know, these are few. This is our future. At the end of the day, it's like you basically have our future in your hands, and
Yeah.
you have to be available. You
Yeah.
can't. You got to recharge. Period. You got to recharge because if you're not, and I seen this happen when I was in school. I had a teacher, and then that's the thing of like the school I went to, I seen it change from like I guess like
Mhm.
maybe they probably was getting I don't know, but like when I was younger, Martha Washington was an academic plus school, and so
Mhm.
people were bringing their kids who didn't live in the neighborhood. They were bringing
Mhm.
their kids there, and then like the principal changed. A lot of changes must have occurred. I was a child, so but I never left because that was my neighborhood school. But it was a shift. And then so I had
Mhm.
a teacher who was there throughout the shift. And by the time like it was time for me to graduate, that was her thing. I'm just graduating, y'all, and I'm out. I'm going to friend select.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
because as a new teacher, you got to go into these low performing schools, you get burnt the hell out and you no longer
What?
really care about the end result. You're just going to work.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what? I seen it change a lot. The way they did us during that pandemic with that virtual crap.
Mhm.
Now, how am I supposed to be accountable for the kids logging on?
Right.
Why
Literally
am I
makes no
getting in
sense.
trouble because my kids don't have their cameras on? I seen a lot of people's mental health status go down after that.
Mhm.
The
And now,
pandemic affected a lot of people.
teachers, they're just quitting.
And
Yeah.
becoming entrepreneurs. A lot of teachers,
They're just
and that's
quitting.
how dumb America is, where they don't understand there's been a shortage of teachers for years.
They don't care because teachers do the most and they're paid the least. So
Yeah,
they really don't care. And if you go to another country or something, teachers get paid like the same amount close to doctors and lawyers, stuff like that, but not here, not in America. They
that's because how the public it's the whole thing is like because the public system because the public school system is integrated now, you're not going to get the same resources because that means that the
Mhm.
resources got to go to the minorities, not just the white people. You know what I mean? Back in the
Mhm.
day when it was segregated, them schools was great.
but the
You
But
teachers
right.
still wasn't getting paid the amount
no,
that they
public school
deserve.
teachers, right? That's what I'm saying. Public school teachers. A lot, a
Yeah,
lot of a lot of people be like, I'm not dealing with this for this pay. I'm going to go work at a private school
right,
where
right, right.
these parents is paying $20,000 for their kids to come to school. So therefore, I don't have to worry about telling them why this and why that.
Yeah. But the
But
impact, I think the impact is different. Um, especially for black teachers. Because even if you look at the teachers that had black males in them, some of those children look forward to coming to school, especially the black males.
yes,
They look forward to coming to school to
right,
see these teachers, to see the principal, because that's their safe zone. They don't get that same love and attention at home. So that's another thing. That's why I said reinforcement at home and having that same care and concern. Because there's so many latchkey kids.
right.
So
But
many
that's true.
latchkey kids.
That's true. But some people from the prior generation, they had poor education, so therefore, education wasn't important to them. And
Wasn't
so
important.
when you have children and education wasn't important to you, then you just like when my kids turn 18, they'll just get a job. You know what I mean? But a lot of it is because of the school to prison pipeline. You know, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these boys, because they're not getting the help that they need. And I've seen in a Catholic school, I've seen a teacher not advocate for the kid and not make sure that they get, their special services. And that happens everywhere. It happens
Mhm.
everywhere some teachers don't. They just focus on the smart kids. And a lot of kids is left behind.
There's a book. Oh God, is it Paula Giddings? She wrote a book called The Dream Keepers, and it talks
Mm,
about what y'all just said about your kids need to know or see themselves represented in the
mhm,
classroom. Like it makes me feel good when parents come to orientation. And now I teach middle school, even though teaching or education is a female dominated field in middle
right.
school, you're not going to find so many women, black women math teachers,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know. And when the kids come in and they're thinking like, oh, she's just gonna pass out worksheets or whatever, and then give them a couple of weeks, they be like, damn, she's smart as hell. So now they see that representation, and then, like you just said, Janita, they start to care about it.
Yeah.
Because if Miss Di can do math, I can do math.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, as far as you, do you want to stick to teaching, or do you ever want to go towards being an assistant principal or a principal or anything like that? Or are you
Administration.
okay where you are?
I plan to be a real housewife of Douglasville.
I know that's right.
Real Housewife of
That's what I
Douglasville.
want.
Because like Ileana said, I did my work. I don't want to
I hear
do
you.
anything else. I don't. Um, I've thought about I would love to be a flight attendant because I love to
Mm,
travel.
Really?
Yes,
Hmm.
but I don't want to do nothing with education anymore. I don't. I would
Any
like
more like what? How long you think you're gonna be doing it?
so to get, of course, like the most benefits, they want you to make it to 30 years. It's not gonna happen. Then they said 25 years, you might get a little bit more. That's not gonna happen.
but
I
you
give them
almost there.
She
mm,
about to be out, child. So
You almost there.
you have no desire of like teaching higher education?
no ma'am. No ma'am. Like if somebody needed some help with an assignment or an essay or something, I would do that.
So would you continue you still have your business where you doing like the tutoring?
And I still have it, but what happened was people want face-to-face tutoring now. They don't want any
Mhm,
more virtual tutoring.
mhm.
And me as a certified teacher, I can't come face to face at 2:30. I don't get out till 4:45.
Hmm.
Right.
So they wanted back to going back face to face, but no, when I retire, I'm not doing that.
Okay. So you just
Yeah,
you like I did it. It's time for me to move on to something new.
I've done teacher of the month, teacher of the year. I've presented at conferences. I've started after school clubs. I've done all of that.
Okay.
Let the young folks come in and take over.
I understand because I remember being in school and having teachers like 65. And I'm like, even
Mhm.
professors, like, what? I mean, I guess if you love it,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, some of them be struggling. I was like,
Yeah. Now, oh,
Especially
if I wasn't married, I couldn't retire for sure.
hmm,
If I was single, I'd have to keep working.
yeah, okay. So as far as your mental health, so like for me, I do therapy, and when I leave, I have to leave work there. So I always pray, like, Lord, whatever I'm supposed to explore more or, look more into, allow me to do so. But help me to let this go because it's
Mhm.
kind of along the same field because you'll be up overthinking. I should have did more. What can I do to help this person? and we can't help everybody. So,
Hmm.
do you have a way of leaving work at work and separating work life from home life?
Um, unless I have to talk to a parent, I'm not grading no papers at home. I'm not reading any emails at home. I'm just not gonna do it. So it's literally like my laptop. It only comes home if I have like something to do on it, if that makes sense. But no, I don't, because I can bring the stuff home and work all night. It's still gonna be a pile of stuff for me to do when I get there tomorrow.
Yeah,
So I don't bring any of that home.
that's
I
a
don't
good
bring any of that.
practice. That's a good practice. It is.
So, what advice would you give to someone who's graduating from college and is starting their first teacher job?
Um, just be very confident and very sure in what you want to teach, who you want to teach. Know your content, because as a young teacher, they'll come in and try to take over. Oh, you should do it this way. This is just your first
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
Go in and be confident, and just be sure you know who you want to teach, because
Hmm.
everybody ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
Wait, so
So
when you
Very.
first start, you have that many choices? Oh well, like, I guess they do because of the shortage now.
yeah, now you can go probably anywhere. But when I
Yeah.
first started, um, no, I was thrown in the hood off of Old National,
Mhm. Yep. That's what they did. They used
where
to throw
kids
those
used to
kids.
climb out, run. They used to climb out the window.
Oh my
Mm.
god.
I remember this one little boy hit me upside the head with an apple. I was like,
Wow.
"Whoa!"
That's crazy.
I could
But they
believe
learned.
it.
The one
Especially
that climbed out the
Old
window.
National.
What you know about Old National?
I live where you live.
You ain't got no business on Old National.
I know I don't stop, but I've rode through before, so
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
exactly how it is.
yeah. But just probably the best advice is like, just know you're doing it for the outcome. It is not a profession where you're going to get instant gratification.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
not ever going to happen.
right.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
just stick to it and realize that, like, I know for some of my boys, you know, they'll reach in for a hug. I have to say, you taller than me. I can't, you can't be hugging me. And then I feel
Hmm.
bad. But
Yeah.
for some of them, like, they look for it to come into school and seeing me. So think
Yeah.
about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling. I know. My sister's a teacher. I think she been teaching for like 30 years. But I remember her first day of teaching. She came home crying, and she was like, "I picked the wrong career." But she was teaching middle school. But then she teaches pre-K, and she loves it. But going back to the pandemic, during the pandemic, I was at her house, and
Mhm.
she teaches at a school in Southwest Philly. And one of the mind you pre-K, right?
That's crazy.
Pandemic,
Uh-huh.
virtual. That's very hard for them to do.
That is
So
so
one of the little boys, they have like she has a assistant teacher. So she would take half of the class, the assistant teacher would take half. And I remember sitting there in the room with her while she was on virtual. And one of the little boys came on camera and she was like, "What do you have all over you?" And he was like, Miss L, they was shooting.
What?
He had splattered blood on him.
Are you serious?
I'm
Oh my
serious.
god.
He was
Mm-mm.
on the porch. They did a drive-by shooting at the house next door to him.
That's Philadelphia. I don't even know why I'm shocked.
I was traumatized.
Philly is off the chain.
And I asked, I said, how did you sit there and still teach them?
Well, he was on a computer by so like, where's the adult? I'm confused if he in
Right,
pre-K.
right.
So the adult was there because she was like, "Well, where's your parents? Where's your mom?" Well, he had a single mom, and he was like, "She upstairs," but his cousin was the
Mm,
one responsible, who wasn't much older than him, for putting him on virtual.
mm,
I
mm,
said,
mm.
"How did you sit there and teach
See what I'm
with this little
saying?
boy with blood
You could
all
barely
over
teach
it?"
in person with pre-K. Like you could barely get their
Exactly,
attention in person.
girl. I was like, I don't. That was just unacceptable. Then they had them kids on there all day.
Yep.
Um, like why?
You don't even want to sit on the computer all day. I know how we be at work meetings. Like, seriously. So yeah, it's a lot with these school districts and stuff like that. Cause yeah, so I
My
commend
baby,
you.
yeah, she's in second grade, and they do virtual on Fridays. And I was home just one weekend because what? I takes my days.
Hmm.
It was in Philadelphia, and that poor teacher was on that Zoom, y'all, with them kids. And afterwards, I said, "Baby, unmute yourself." I said, "Miss So and So, you have the patience of a saint, because ain't no way in hell." Every 5 minutes, they unmuting themselves. I got a cat.
Yeah, I mean they're seven. I
That's
mean,
harder
who
to
is
do.
sitting there on a computer at 7 years old?
Listen,
Like that's crazy to me.
they be like,
So,
"Can I go eat my pizza? It's getting cold." Like just random stuff that they blurt out. It's hilarious.
and then we would have like random people from the district. They would pop in our
Stop
Zoom
in.
meetings to see.
Mm-hmm.
So now you always on edge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a lot of people, a lot of teachers, like I said, they just quit
Yep.
and
Hmm.
went
It
back.
was. I think during the pandemic, wasn't they calling like the mass exodus or something? Yeah, a lot of people quit because they was like, "Why?" I'm like, I'm not going to do this. You're not going to let me do what I want to do. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the politics behind it because it seems as though they're constantly like making things harder as opposed to like it being about it's just politics. I
It's
don't
all
know.
politics. It's all politics. Like some of the things these counties do, it just don't damn make sense.
Hmm. It
It
don't.
just don't make sense.
Yeah. I know I seen
It
something
really
recently
stresses
for
us out.
Atlanta where they hiring. You don't even have to have a degree in education. They're
No,
so short that they're hiring people and giving them a bonus. And some of the teachers like,
that's
well, how you gonna
fine.
giving them a bonus and not giving us a bonus?
I ain't had a
Yeah,
raise in God knows how long.
Horrible, horrible.
yeah, that's crazy. They take advantage of the thing is they're taking advantage of people's hearts. That's what it is. It's like
Mhm.
they're relying on the fact that these people who chose to be teachers, oh, you must really care about people. So you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're not gonna be in conflict with like, oh, am I a bad person because I'm leaving these kids behind? Like they're banking on the teachers choosing the children over choosing
Mhm.
themselves
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, everybody is intelligent enough to get a job anywhere.
Right.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Or
but this is a choice.
like tomorrow, my voice is going to be worse than it is right now. Tomorrow, even when I walked in there today, the kids was like, "Really, Miss Di? Like, why are you here?" And I was like, "Well, we're already behind. We got a test coming up, and then I'm gonna go in tomorrow. I bet you one of them little suckers, they gonna go to my boss and say, Miss Di sick, she need to go home. Watch.
But they
What?
looking out for you.
I know. But then if I miss a day or two, that puts us more behind. Then y'all gonna not do well on the test next week. And that's on me.
So
Hmm.
it's a standardized test.
No, we take not formative, summative assessments at the end of every unit.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's like once every 5 to 6 weeks. But that standardized test is coming up in April. And
Hmm.
baby, these teachers and students are stressing about this test.
I'm sure they are.
Like on Lean on Me. Remember on
That's
remember on Lean on
exactly
Me?
what it's like.
Take
But
the
one
chains
thing
off the door.
I have noticed about Georgia is that every county, not even with schools, just every county got different rules and stuff that they follow. So, like, I live in Paulding County, but I work, is that considered in Fulton County? And the
Mhm.
kids here be like, oh, I'm on break. Then I go to work. They're like, oh, we only had Monday and Tuesday off. So
Exactly.
it's kind of hard to kind of navigate it in that way. Because y'all could just give everybody the same time off and just make it easy for everybody. But
They try
I don't know.
to. I don't know what my county's doing, but we go all the way from August to Thanksgiving without a break.
What?
Yeah, we don't get a break between it. I mean, we like get Labor Day. And then we go from January to April without a break.
Where
Y'all
I
don't have
live,
off
these kids
President's Day?
always on break. They always on break. I'm like, well,
But
when are y'all
but
in
they have like
school?
weeks, a week
Yes.
off. President's Day, that's just one day.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Where I
President's
work
Day,
at, they had
MLK
the
Day.
whole week. They got the whole week off right now.
And yeah, you ain't no traffic in the morning.
Exactly. But where I live, they always off from school. I mean, when like recently when it was supposed to be like a icy morning because it rained a lot, the kids where I live was off, but where I work,
Mm.
they were like, "Oh, we ain't have off." Well, that school bus was right there at 6:30, and I'm like, "Well, dang, they don't care about the teachers, they don't care about the students or the moms because it was raining really bad that morning."
And I bet those
Mhm.
teachers in your county, I bet they don't ever call out because they get breaks.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be
Because I was just saying, like with you, because you're sick, if they would have gave y'all the whole week off, then you wouldn't really be affected. But I don't know what they doing out here.
stressing us out, stressing us
Yeah.
out.
All right. So what would you like to leave the people with? What is some advice, something that you've done to kind of continue to keep yourself, along with your self care, your stress lowered? What would you like to leave?
Take care of yourself. And if you feel like you're doing everything that you can and you still feel like yucky, go talk to somebody.
That part.
For
Go
sure.
talk to somebody with an unbiased opinion.
Mhm.
And I know for us as educators, that's hard. That's a hard job. It is hard. And just like take care of yourself and please, please, please go talk to somebody if you need to.
Yeah, I definitely second that. Um, because people wait until they're like drowning and
Yep.
then trying to pull themselves up. So yeah. All right. So we appreciate Rashida for coming on, and we're going to end our episode like we always do with our guests. So I'm gonna turn it over to Janina.
All right, so we're gonna do the category is, and the category is self care. So let me know when you're ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Manny or petty?
Oh, petty.
I knew she was gonna say massage or facial.
Facial.
Netflix and chill or night at the movies.
Netflix and chill.
Mall shopping or online shopping.
Mall shopping.
Oh, yeah. Wine tasting or distillery tasting.
Come on now.
That's a
Why?
hard one.
Girl,
Wine all day.
you said wine all day.
Yes,
You don't
wine.
act like you don't drink vodka. Girls' night out or date night with Bay.
Date night.
Laying on the couch or laying on the beach.
On the beach.
Right. Laying on the
Some
couch.
people don't like
Right.
laying on the beach. You just be like, all
Mm.
right, that's it. Hmm.
Okay. Rashida, you could provide your social media if you would like, where you would like people to find you at.
On Twitter is dye underscore RMS. And I don't
Okay.
really post anywhere else.
Okay. So y'all can follow her at DYE_RMS. Make sure y'all follow her and support her because she out here doing one of the hardest jobs out here, helping
Yes,
y'all kids to be who they are. And I realized that a lot of people started to appreciate teachers more during the pandemic
which is
because you
good.
had to
Hmm.
think about it.
But not only it's like an occupational hazard also because people be shooting up schools.
Come on,
Exactly.
that part.
But
What
I
the
think
hell?
That part.
Like, you should
that's,
get paid the same as a cop because every day I go to work, I don't know, somebody go shoot up the school.
listen, but at
Crazy.
the same time, your kids spend so much time at school,
Yeah.
right? So you
Hmm.
got to recognize that this is the person that they're spending a lot of time in their day with. So be respectful, be appreciative, and give
Yes.
them the respect and love that they deserve.
Amen to
So,
that.
yeah. So we appreciate you, Rashida, for coming on. We
And
appreciate
listening and being a
right.
supporter since day
She
one.
one of our top listeners as well. So we appreciate her for that. And just make sure y'all appreciate y'all kids' teachers on
Yes,
holidays. It
please.
don't take a lot. Go to the dollar store or ask them what they like and get them a special gift. So just keep that in mind for y'all kids' teachers. So we're going to get out of here. You guys can always catch us every Wednesday on 216 The Blend at 1 a.m., 9 a.m., and 9 p.m. And if you tap the link in our bio on Instagram, the_JAWN_pod, you can tap the link in our bio and it'll take you to everywhere we are. So thank you, Rashida, again. We appreciate all the love and support that you give. And we will catch you guys next week. Peace.
Rashida, send me